Yo, what's up YouTube? We're going to talk about the state of crypto mining in the UK. Right, so, state of crypto mining in the UK. If you want to crypto mine in the UK, you know that, GPU mining, ASIC mining takes power to use crypto mining. Now, when you're in the winter, running the miners is brilliant for heating your home and basically getting some coins in exchange for using your computing power. Right, so as you know, the government is notorious for money printing, controlling the people, controlling the supply of the money. You know, the central banks saying to the government, oh, here's a loan, you have to pay us back interest on this, therefore they can never pay back the debt. So therefore the debt-based society always will stay in place until the people realise that they need to lose faith in the currency, to change it over, to switch it into a system that is more beneficial for the people, and then it is out the hands of people controlling it. So aka Bitcoin, right? So, you know, the UK makes these false legislations basically saying an act and a statute. Basically, I'm going to break this down. If you don't know, acts and statutes are law of the sea, and you live on land, therefore making all the terms of the tax regulations invalid, yeah? Because you do not live on land. Now, when you make these assessments and you declare anything that you've said, there's an oath at the secret bottom of the paper, and it says that you must declare if you understand. Now, understand actually means to you, basically, that's a secret oath, yeah? That's a secret oath basically saying that you are, you know, you're standing under their oath, that if anything's incorrect, you will be prosecuted, right? Where, in fact, these rules and regulations are actually law of the sea, not law of the land, where you actually live on the land, you don't live on a boat. So now I've got that out of the way, and you've realised what I said, right? You've like processed it in your mind, and you're realising, oh, this is actually true what he's saying. So basically, if you're going to crypto mine in the UK, be aware that just basically kind of do it low key, right? So, you know, an ASIC miner, you can have an ASIC miner profitable in the UK, but only if it's on solar power, because our government like to regulate the power grid and, you know, keep increasing prices of electricity. So 1 week, your electricity is, I don't know, 15p a kilowatt. Now it's not 15p a kilowatt. Now they message you and be like, oh, it's 20p a kilowatt. Oh, now it's this and you need to pay. Well, in fact, charging for electricity is also illegal in this country because on the grounds of terms of common law. You know, you are a living man and they are controlling you with a fictional character through the birth certificate. The birth certificate is a fictional character, a non-living entity. So, you know, the man who is supposed to be paying for this is dead. Yeah? So how can he physically pay for something if he's dead? If he's dead, he's not alive, right? So then therefore, how can he answer a letter if the man's dead? Yeah? So, you know, this is the kind of thing that, you know, there obviously is ways around getting around your electricity. You have to get that man to wire you onto the grid. But, you know, you have to get someone to wire you onto the grid and basically bypass their meters and whatever. But, you know, basically, you know, this system, yeah, or if you, like, basically, like, absolutely mind-boggled by what I just said, like, yes, they basically treat you as a dead man. They basically treat you as someone on the sea. When you're not on the sea, you live on the land, and you're a living man, and a living character. So, you know, this is the thing, right? So here you go into, like, GPU mining. So GPU mining is obviously profitable depending on the series of GPUs that you have. So if you have 3060 Ti's, if you have 3090s, it's a bit too much on power to run them. It's not kind of worth it to run 3090s in the UK because they're just extortionate in cost, and they don't make enough to basically like bounce back the power costs because they keep increasing power costs in England as well. You know, for the people that pay power, you know, people that feel that they're obligated to pay power when power actually should be free. You know, it should be a human right to be access to free power because you're a living man, not a straw man. You know, these terms are, you know, you know, there's so much to say. Like, it actually spins me out. You know, basically, if you want a GPU mine, you can. Yeah, GPU mine is profitable. You'll pay your rigs off, or your investment So when someone says, oh, I'm making so much money by using my GPUs to mine. Well, wait a minute. If you spend $5,000 on equipment to mine crypto, then you've got to recover $5,000 before you even make anything, because that was the equipment cost that you bought. You get what I'm saying, right? So you make your $5,000, then you've made your money back, yeah? Then you can say, well, now I'm making £4 a day in crypto terms if you were selling it. But if you're not selling it, and I highly advise against selling Bitcoin, I advise buying Bitcoin, yeah? Buying Bitcoin and mining Bitcoin, yeah? You know, that's another topic, that's another video. But basically, yeah, if you are a miner solely for mining in the video, right, you want to retain your crypto. You don't want to sell it, you want to keep it. Because usually the terms of what they say and regulations are like, oh, if you're mining, you know, you don't have to pay anything until you sell it, yeah, to sell the coins or sell the Bitcoin or whatever. Now, you know, Bitcoin is a decentralized form of money. You can buy it on centralized exchanges. You can sell it on centralized exchanges. Or, you know, eventually the day that these power companies start providing you with cheap power, as in like 1p a kilowatt hour, you know, it baffles me in America that these men pay 5 pence a kilowatt or 3 pennies a kilowatt. And here we are in the UK paying 20, near enough going up to 30p. Like, 30p for a kilowatt. Like, what are you doing? Like, you know, back in the days when I was paying for coal power, I was paying like 8 to 10 cents. Like 10p a kilowatt. And it's not that no more. They just keep rising it. And it's like, wait a minute. Sooner or later, mans won't even be able to have the electricity on. You know what I mean? So if obviously you pay for power, if you pay for power and you're hooked up and, you know, you're being a law-abiding, or not a law-abiding citizen, but basically like you're basically saying, oh, well, my fictional character is dead and you're going to pay for it, then, you know, what you basically, if you're paying for power, then you need to, you know, eventually you won't be able to run your miners. Like ASICs, you can't run in this country unless you've got them on solar power. You need solar power to run ASICs. Like, because ASICs consume way too much electricity, and they're not, I would say they're not adequate to basically buy. Like, you can buy, I see them selling on UK eBay, and it's like, well, they're not profitable to run. Like, they're only going to be profitable to run if Bitcoin, like, goes 4x, which it probably will. You know, Bitcoin probably will sit at like 250, 500 grand at a time. But you've got to realise, if you sell the Bitcoin and you get the 500 grand, as soon as that 500,000 sits in the bank for 6 months, it's devaluing. Yeah? It's devaluing. Right? That currency is devaluing the longer it stays there. Yeah? So therefore, you only kind of want to sell at a particular time, or, alright, lock it into other assets, basically, that appreciate. Not buy, like, depreciating stuff with it, like, you know, use it to live or whatever. But if your ultimate, a lot of people's ultimate goal is to basically cash out Bitcoin, right, and then just be, like, living on the money. But Bitcoin is actually you know, Bitcoin is actually a alternative to the fiat currency that the governments and the banks control. Because this is just a piece of paper that has a promissory. It's a promissory note. I promise to pay the bearer of demand of what? Of what? Like, of what? What have we actually, like, what are we paying with? You know? Coins? Silver? You know, we paying, what are we paying with? You know? We're paying with nothing. We're just, it's backed by nothing. This is backed by nothing. It's not even backed by gold. It's not even backed by silver. So, you know, if Bitcoin was to then be back in the currency, it'd be a different story. So this is why selling your Bitcoin is something that you shouldn't be doing. You should be buying Bitcoin and holding it for the long term. Yeah? For the next 5 years. Buy it every week. Use this £5 that you've got aside to buy Bitcoin every week. £5. £5. Then buy £5 of an altcoin. Yeah? £5 of an altcoin. So should you mine in crypto in the UK? You can mine the crypto in the UK. But eventually, But they're going to try and make it so you can't, because they're going to raise the power prices that much that you won't be able to. That's what they're trying to do. So, you know, if you like this video and you want another video like this, comment below. Yeah? Thanks for watching. Peace.